I didn't see that one coming.
Baby.
Enjoy this great game.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Baby Baseball channel. And oh my goodness, Panda is back. This wasn't on my bingo card for the offseason, but Pablo Sandoval, who was here for all three championships, is going to be in spring training as a player and not as some kind of one-time appearance to retire as a Giant. No, he wants to make the team. He wants to contribute. What? This is crazy because Pablo hasn't been in the big leagues for a couple years. And even then, he wasn't with the Giants. He was with the Braves. And those were a couple of surprise signings when he was with the Braves for a couple years. Ended up in the Mexican League for a couple years. And I thought his career was pretty much over with at this point in time. But Pablo is going to be in spring training. Not sure what the thinking behind this is. Is this legitimate? Does he have a shot to actually make the team? Is this just kind of depth? You know, the Giants have signed players almost every year, veteran players who are probably not going to make a big impact, but they stash them down in AAA just for depth. So it could be one of those things. But, you know, Pablo's always been a natural hitter and switch hitter. So let's see what happens. It's going to be interesting to see. But I'm excited to be at spring training here in about a week. And I hope Pablo plays when I'm over there in Phoenix. And we're going to have some damn footage of Pablo Sandoval if he plays. I'm sure there's going to be footage all over the place anyway, but we're going to have exclusive Baby Baseball live footage if I see Pablo Sandoval down there, if there's a Panda sighting. But he's going to be in spring training as a non-roster invitee. Seriously, what year is it? 2024, and Pablo is reported to be in spring training for the Giants. That's a sentence I haven't heard in like 10 years. Well, he was here in 2020, came back and hit like around 220 that year. It wasn't that great for the Giants, but now he's expected to sign a minor league deal, reporting to spring training in Arizona. And I would say if he's interested and the Giants are willing, they could definitely put him on that AAA roster. I mean, if he's willing to play in the Mexican League, I'm sure he's willing to play in AAA. So he could be in the organization, even if he doesn't make the team out of spring training, which I don't think is the plan for him to make the team. Although the Giants might have we might be a little short in the infield, but it's tough to me to see that. But who knows? We'll have to see how spring training goes. But remember back in 2015 when he signed with the Red Sox, he was a big free agent. He was a serious player back then. But that was going on 10 years ago. But MLB trade rumor says this isn't a charity invite like the Sergio Romo move. This is a move that was made because someone seems to think he has something left in the tank. I don't know if the stuff left in the tank was an old sub or what, but I think they're crazy for this. I'm reading the article. I'm not saying this now. I don't think they're crazy for it. There's going to be a ton of names in spring training. There's going to be a ton of players we never even heard of in spring training. And so, you know, that's just how it is. You know, you bring as many people as you can and fight it out for spots on the MLB roster, on the AAA roster, etc. I know it's zero risk. There you go. But there are a billion players out there who could actually help this team instead of bringing in Pablo. Guy is 37, hasn't played in the big since he appeared in 69 games for the Braves in 21. Last we heard he was playing in the weird Dubai League. All right, he did appear in that Dubai League. What exactly do the Giants expect here? Well, spring training is going to be a little more fun. I can tell you that right now. So I'm fine with this move, man. I'm fine with being Pablo. Now, if Pablo hits, 200 in spring training and he makes the team, now that's going to be like, what are we doing? Now, if he goes and rakes in spring training and there's an injury or something, we have some room. Hey, man, I mean, weirder things have happened. It could be a great comeback story, and we'll have to see. But this is shocking. I had no idea that this was even on the radar of any major league team. Pablo Sandoval back. And, in the Mexican League, last couple years back in 22 and a little bit in 23, I guess that wasn't the Mexican League. That was in Puerto Rican Winter League. He played a little bit in 2023. But back in 22, he hit pretty well. For one team, he hit 311. And then for another team, he hit 240. Not quite as good. And we're just talking about batting average, on-base percentage, 396 and 311. So he's still got that on-base percentage decent. And, guy can swing a bat. He'll probably be able to swing a bat the rest of his life. I mean, he's a pure hitter. Always has been able to make contact. He's got great hand-eye coordination, but obviously hasn't played in the big leagues since 21. And he hit just 178 for the Braves that year. 178 for the Atlanta Braves in 21. In 2020, that was when he was with the Giants. He hit 220. and ended up with Atlanta, and they kind of surprisingly brought him back. So just trying to remember exactly how that went, but I thought around that time it was done. So Pablo's back, and the Giants also, maybe with a little more serious of a chance to make an impact, is trilingual, multi-positional Otto Lopez has been brought over. He's only 25 years old, Dominican-Canadian, and he was picked up earlier this month, and a guy can play the infield. He may compete for a spot because shortstop is a little bit of a question mark right now. Marco Luciano looks front in line. Casey Schmidt could be also competing to play in the infield this year, but it all depends on how they perform. Performance is really going to matter. So as for Otto Lopez, he has 10 career big league at bats and actually has 6 hits with 3 RBIs. So in a teeny tiny little cup of coffee in the big leagues, he has done well. In AAA last year, hit .258 with a .313 on base and a .656 OPS, just a couple homers. He's got good speed. He stole 13 bases, just got caught 4 times. And he's got solid defense. So Otto Lopez will be in spring training as well. Just a little extra depth there. And big depth in Pablo Sandoval. And holy crap. This is another link to the 10, 12, 14 World Series. Sooner or later, we're going to run out of links to those World Series championships. But that day hasn't come just yet. We'll see. Now, he may get released before the end of spring training, but may retire as a Giant anyway. If he's not going to make the team, he may have some kind of ceremonial thing, or might end up in AAA with the River Cats, which is kind of what I'm hoping, to be honest. So I can go check out Pablo in Sacramento. Do I hope he makes the team? If need be, I don't hope for that. I hope the best player makes the team. I hope the best players make the team. We're going to come over here and make an impact and help the Giants win games. And if that means Pablo, then hey, that's great. I don't really see it, but I don't want to count out anything. But let me know what you guys think down below. This is really cool to me. I'm going to be in spring training. I'm going to check out Pablo. We'll get a photo with Pablo. We are getting a photo with Pablo. See y'all next time.